Past perfect passive. Asking the right questions. Hello, English language learners. Today, we are delving into an interesting topic, the past perfect passive. Not only will we understand what it is, but we will also focus on how to form questions using this tense. This grammar skill will empower you to ask complex questions and understand English literature more deeply. Let's get started. First, let's briefly revisit the past perfect passive. It is a tense that we use to talk about actions that were completed before another point or action in the past. It is formed with had been, plus the past participle of the main verb. For example, the cake had been eaten before I arrived. Now, how do we form questions with the past perfect passive tense? It's simple. We usually start with had, followed by the subject, then been, and finally, the past participle of the verb. For example, had the cake been eaten before you arrived? This type of questioning allows us to get specific about actions that were done to the subject in the past before another action took place. In the past perfect passive, forming negatives is also straightforward. You simply need to insert not after had. For instance, the homework had not been finished before the class started. And if you wanted to ask a negative question, you would say, had the homework not been finished before the class started? The best way to learn is through practice. Let's try some exercises. 1. Transform this statement into a question. The meeting had been cancelled before we reached. 2. Make this question negative. Had the parcel been delivered before noon? Answers. 1. Had the meeting been cancelled before we reached? 2. Had the parcel not been delivered before noon? That brings us to the end of our session on the past perfect passive tense. We hope that this video has clarified how to form questions and negatives using this tense. With some practice, you'll master this in no time. Keep practicing, and happy learning!